Welcome to Show Planning 101. What I'd like to do today is to show you how to have a successful show. Just because you have shows up on your calendar does not necessarily mean they're going to hold or be successful. It's really important that you learn the steps that will help you create a successful business. And going and doing shows and having them hold and be good shows is what it takes. Now, if you hold 10 shows in a month, and you do your job with hostess coaching, which I'm going to kind of go through, you will have 3 of them be $300 plus. They'll be what I call over average. You'll have 4 of them be average. You'll have 3 of them not so much. So the most important thing is that you're consistent at telling your hostesses exactly what to do. So I want to go over this very quickly, but also elementary. And if you have any questions, please feel free to call your president or call your manager to ask her what you're doing. Also, you can go online to Alouette, to the Consultants Corner, and get with your manager so you'll know your password and how to get in. You can go to the manual, and it actually has a couple of pages on show planning. Read over that. Mark off the things that you're not doing, and then apply them to your business. Now, the first thing that you want to do is you want to go give the hostess a sheet and go over it. Now, here in this franchise, we're pretty simple. We like to keep things very simple. Now, you can make this much more enticing. You can do it on colored paper. I have such admiration to people who make it so cute with the little lipsticks and stuff like that. That's fine. But you want to keep it very, very simple. And usually what we do is we do back and front, okay? And this is even found on AlouetteOfMidMiss.com. You can go on there and you can pull off one of our hostess sheets so you can always stay current. You'll always find the current ones on there. And the main thing is to go over with your hostess is just these 3 steps. The 3 easy steps to a great Alouette show. On the back, you'll see listed all the hostess benefits. It's not important that you go through these hostess benefits with her, but it is important that you set goals with her. So very quickly, whenever you book a hostess, whether it be over the phone or at a show, you give her time to get this in the mail, and or you can email it to her, okay, just as quickly as she can get this in her hands, and then you either call her back or at a show, you'll do it person to person. A lot of times when I'm at shows, and that's the best place to book shows, is I'll sit down beside them, and if they have 2 to 3 bookings, I'll get them all together, and I'll show them how to have a successful show. So basically, you want to tell her to over-invite. It's very important that you're excited whenever you over-invite. Be sure that you tell her to invite 30 or more. And most of the time, they will look at you like, oh my goodness, I don't know that many people. Tell her to hit the contacts in her phone, and then that's your setup. That's your place to go in and say, now look, technology is a great tool, but the one thing that it will not do is get people to your show. Please do not invite through text. Do not invite through emailing. You do not send out invitations. That just costs money. And also, do not use the social networks. All those are great ways to remind people, but originally you must invite them in person, either through the phone or face-to-face. They've got to hear it in your voice. They've got to hear you be excited about them coming to see this great show and this great product. So it's really important that you tell your hostesses that. Also, really tell her why she has to over-invite. Give her examples. Say, if you've ever been a part of a baby shower or a wedding, how many people comes if you invite 200? They say in etiquette books that only a third will come. So it's very important that you tell them those things. Now, the other really important thing is to let her know that she does not have to do a lot of refreshments. Keep it really simple. Do what we say is the 4 C's. Chips, Coke, bag of cookies, and a cake. Okay? Keep it very, very simple, because if she thinks that she has to go out and buy $50, $60 worth of refreshments, she may not have the money. If she's over-invited, that's going to scare her. If she hasn't invited enough, that's a reason for her to cancel. Okay? The third thing is that she needs to make quick reminders. Okay? Then flip over to the back and say, now your show has to be at least 300 in order for you to get everything that I talked about here tonight. But don't worry, that's my job. Your job is just to get the people there. Focus her in on the number 10. If she will get 10 people to the show, it will be successful. Tell her how, again, make sure that you over-invite. The next thing that you're going to do is focus her on the next level. If your show's $500, and then let her know what she will be receiving for a $500 show. You know, you may want to offer something as a businesswoman to have her have $1,000 show. You may want to offer all the benefits free, or maybe one of the benefits free, or maybe you have some stuff in your product override that you know that woman is really interested in, and you can offer her that. But set her goals to have a $300, a $500, and a $1,000. You'll be surprised when you start setting those goals with your hostess, how competitive they get with their friends and the things that they want. That's the way you grow this business. So also show her how she can make a list. I know this is kind of old school, but it still works. Tell her she needs to make a list of how many people, of who is going to be coming, their telephone numbers, and check them off as she talks to them. That's important too. The second thing that you're going to do is you're going to send out a before show letter. And write personal notes on this before show letter. If you have the before show letter that your consultant sent you, then use that as a guide. If she didn't write personal notes, then please call your manager and find out what she writes. I personally write a little note up here and say, I cannot wait to see you again. Don't forget, this is helping us with our Avery goal. Down here, I put, I can't wait for you to get our whatever we have as our hostess bonus that day, kind of as a reminder. And then up here, I put if she had pretty eyes, or if she had a great personality, or maybe she talked about her house. I can't wait to see your house that all your friends were talking about. This all is standardized, but when they have those personal notes off to the side, those are the things that they'll look at, and it's a personal touch. Another thing that I like to do is slip balloons down in here. And I'll put, if your house is out in the country and some of your workmates may have a hard time finding it, let them know that you'll put balloons on the mailbox. I cannot wait to come. Little things like that are all little personal touches that really mean a lot. This needs to be sent out, your before show letter needs to be sent out the day after you book the show. When they get it in the next 2 to 3 days, it just automatically, they go, oh my goodness, she's coming, and they begin to invite again. The third thing I want to talk about is before show calls. It's very important that you call a show 24 hours after you book her. So if you book a show on a Monday night, you hand her this sheet of paper, go over this with her. Then the next day, you send out your before show letter. Then the next day, which would be Wednesday, you need a quick call to her. Also, when you book someone, get 2 numbers. Get a cell phone number and a work number. Tell her that when you call her at work, ask her first, is it okay if I call you at work? And then tell her, I won't keep you long. And don't keep them long. It's a quick call. It should sound something like this. Hey Chelsea, I'm so excited about your show. Have you already started inviting? Don't forget that if you have 10 guests there, our chances of having 10 buying orders really go out the roof, and you'll be able to get your whatever we have going on for the 10 buying orders. Then just overcome some of her objections, because she may have gotten some disappointments, okay? She might even cancel on that first call. What a bummer that is. But guess what? If you make that 24-hour phone call, you've got plenty of time to replace it. Okay, so, and I want to back up because you will have booked her here. Maybe you're here, so you would call her here. Okay, you still got time to book that Monday night. Let's say you have a show that night. Now you know she wasn't going to be a hostess that held. It's better to go ahead and know. Don't be scared of show planning. Understand that's part of the business, okay? And the more shows you have up, the more opportunity you have to practice this. The next thing that you're going to do is you're always going to encourage her and tell her the truths. Again, you want to call them 2 more times. So this will make 3 calls before her show holds. You're not going to bug her. You're just going to keep encouraging her. And keep pressing on. If you have a $1,000 show, you get X free. You can also lay seeds with her to do in the business. You can also lay seeds with her that if she gets 3 bookings at her show, even tell her, I'm trying to open up this territory right here, and your show is really going to help me do that. Always, always thank her for hosting your show and tell her the goals that it's going to help you meet, and that you are her business partner to help her meet her goals as well. I hope this helps you. Please, again, feel free to go to our training options, which are on the Consultant's Corner. Read your manual, talk with your manager, and feel always free to call your president.